and they couldn't acknowledge me. They turned away and really didn't say much except hello.
What was harder than anything was when people did not acknowledge that you had a loss. People who knew that you were pregnant and may have been uncomfortable to say something for fear that they would say or do something wrong. I think that was the hardest thing, because you experienced a loss, and you did experience that child, though, still, even though the child was lost. And I think it's important that people remember that and that they acknowledge that there was a child.
One of the things that really hurt was when people made the assumption that because she had died before she lived, that we didn't know her, and we were lucky that she had died before we got to know her. And we knew her very well.
The clergy person who failed to come, I couldn't help but think that if our daughter had been even 6 months old or 3 months old, that situation would have been totally different for that person. There would have been no question, but that there would have been a memorial service, that there would have been a baptism, that there would have been all of those things that we questioned and struggled with. And so the lack of response sends such a message that this child didn't exist. And of course you're struggling with the fact that with your family and your friends, it's hard for those people to grieve for a person that they never met.
When it's an early loss, people tend not to do a lot, and it's when a person needs more, really. So, and a lot of people chose to ignore it, like it never happened. And I wanted people to acknowledge that I was pregnant, because I really was. I was pregnant for 4 months, and nobody could take that away from me. I didn't invent it. I didn't make it up. It wasn't a dream. It was reality, and I was pregnant for 4 months.
When my son Brennan died, our family and friends truly were at a loss for words. Many came, but many didn't. Some called and some didn't. And I now know that they didn't call, not because they didn't care, but because they didn't know what to say.